Bulavinaka, and welcome to Fiji. First, I would like to, on behalf of the Prime Minister of Fiji, the government and the Ministry of Youth and Sports, take this opportunity to welcome each Pacific country represented here this evening. We hope you will enjoy your brief stay in Fiji, apart from the humid land and hot weather that you have experienced. It is indeed an honor for me to be part of the Pacific gathering of youth workers, practitioners, and activists. I thank UNDP, Suba, for their kind invitation to my office and as host country and Minister of Youth of Sports in Fiji. I am more privileged to be part of this regional gathering. I believe there are 15 countries, as I've been told, represented at the 2015 South Pacific Youth Forum Against Corruption, with close to 50 youth practitioners and attendants. I wish to thank UNDP and UNODC for their continuous support towards youth development in the region. And I also would like to acknowledge your partner in the Pacific Youth Council, and of course the Secretariat of the South Pacific Community, not forgetting the Australian government, for their financial support, which I believe it is blessing to us developing islands in the region. I believe you are here in Nadi to engage in a rich discussion and debate on possible way to address corruption in the Pacific. This gathering of youth practitioners should provide you as participant with tools and incentive to become strong advocates of anti-corruption initiative. It should broaden your mind and perspective on good governance and integrity and how youths can become responsible in your own country. Corruption, as you all know, is dishonest action that destroy people's trust in the person or group. There is a need for greater and effective awareness of the impact of corruption. You are encouraged during this forum to exchange practical ideas, views, and means to combat or fight corruption. I hope that at the end of this forum here, there will be a stronger network in the region between each country to establish a stronger platform in promoting integrity and preventing corruption in the Pacific with youths. The government of Fiji in April 2007 established the Fiji Independence Commission Against Corruption, the FICAC, as an anti-corruption agency that fights against corruption in the public sector of Fiji. It was established to investigate and prosecute corruption and bribery-related offences in the country, protect public interests, that prevents breach of public trust and guide the conduct of public officials. FICAC to this day continues still effectively promote the enforcement of its law to combating corruption as well as supporting its initiative with the media and members of the public to build on the partnership and collaboration to spread the message of anti-corruption. I hope that we in the Pacific region can work together to establish a similar platform for our own benefit and its own populace. Early November last year, I was fortunate to attend the first global forum on youth policies in Baku in Azerbaijan. This global event was co-organized by the Office of the UN Secretary General Envoy on Youth, the UNDP, UNESCO, and the Council of Europe, and was hosted by the Ministry of Youth and Sports of Azerbaijan. Over 700 participants from under 65 countries participated, with ministers responsible for youth as well as experts youth advocates, civil society representatives, and many other groups. United Nations and agency representative and international and regional organization to discuss youth policy and also first mean to respond to the crucial importance of looking at youth policy, work in a holistic and a multi-stakeholder perspective. And I was lucky to have an audience with the UN Secretary General Envoy on Youth, His Excellency Hamed Halanawi. I kindly extended the invitation to fellow Fijians, Mrs. Tarusila Bradberg of the Pacific Youth Council and Youth Advisor of the Secretariat of the South Pacific, Ms. Maria Culling. It was a fruitful discussion, and we were so fortunate of the opportunity to meet the United Secretary General Envoy on Youth. I was the sole minister from the Pacific that attended the forum, and I'm glad that the Honorable Ralph Regent Vanu of Vanuatu are also here, and I hope that other regional ministers responsible for youth will take you and show support of youth work in our region. It believed that in order to successfully implement youth work, advocacy programs and initiative, and such anti-corruption initiative, our influential leader need to take the lead role. This includes members of parliament, youth ministers, and those who make decisions at national level to reach to each of our government. Our leaders are to be made aware of this issue affecting the vibrant populace of our society. They are to be informed of the tremendous result any nation would receive when youths are rightfully empowered and guided with stronger policies. It will be through your constant push and voice as advocates, practitioners, and youth workers, and our regional leaders need to hear for them to make informed decisions for our youth. I urge all countries present at this forum to go back and push for the development of their national youth policies. Your national youth policy is, if designed well and give the efforts it deserves, it will surely minimize or discourage corruption. It will discourage any will or act to destabilize forward movement by youth clubs or associations. It will promote accountability, and with a monitoring tool readily available with specific indicators, corruption will surely not find its way. It should entail anti-corruption clauses to promote integrity. We need to strengthen readily available mechanism to promote accountability by all involved in youth work at the levels of their engagement. As you discuss issues pertaining to curbing, reducing and resisting corruption during the next few days, may you also ponder what you would do as a representative of your country and organization when you return regarding the status of your country national youth policy. If there is none, let's build one. If it is already available and needed to rework, let's discuss ways of further improvement and development. If it is not recognized by your government, UNDP and the Fiji government, and of course the Pacific Youth Council, can seek ways of redress to ensure that your efforts and our youths are recognized. As regional youth practitioners, we need to get together more regularly like this forum and assist each other in ensuring that we reach to an even playing field so we can get together, raise a common voice. As Pacific Island nation, certainly there are issues that collectively affect us, and we need to establish a stronger network that will harness our collective efforts towards youth development. To conclude, I would like to share my personal experience This was during my military command days as a company commander in the Sinai, Egypt with multinational force and observer. As a Games Village Operation Manager in the South Pacific Games in Fiji in 2003. And also as a company commander in Dili, East Timor with the UNMISET in 2004. And also as a father at home, as a civil servant from 2009 to 2015, before I resigned and took up politics and be a minister now in 2015. In 2000, I read this book, and it really enhanced my life when I put it into practice and I live it. And I quote, "To obey God's order as delivered by conscience, that is duty. To obey man's order as issued by rightful authority, that is discipline. The foundation of both alike is the denial of self for a higher good, unless the lesson of duty be first well learned, the lesson of discipline can be but imperfectly or wrongly understood." Unquote. The book was by Sir John Fortescue. So when duty is an order given by God, something you believe in, it's a sense of right and wrong. And discipline, obedience to man's order as issued by superior commanders as in military, teachers as in schools, chiefs and leaders as in villages and in settlement. This is a part of the discipline that we need to ensure that we carry on today. When I look at the Oxford Dictionary meaning of duty, it states that an act or course of action required to one position, custom, law, or religion. We in the Pacific, we all come from a very well-organized custom, religious society and law. We do have the sense of belonging into whatever society we come from. So if you can sustain, survive, and maintain that in this changing world, you will be doing your duty. And when I look at the Oxford Dictionary of Discipline, it states, training expect to produce a specific type of pattern of behavior, training that produce moral or mental improvement, central behavior or authority to rule. So we are bound by rules and behavior that identify us in whatever part of the Pacific group you're from. We are very rich in our values, behaviors, and traditional backgrounds which are passed down by our forefathers. So if you don't deviate, but aligned and obey the pattern of behavior we are nurtured with, that is discipline. So the foundation of both alike is the denial of self for a better good. Unless the lesson of duty, by first well learned, the lesson of discipline can be put imperfectly or wrongly understood. So to my interpretation that you ought to deny yourself, you must have that will to persevere, to maintain the trust, the integrity, and the truth of the society and the community you are part of, so that you are able to understand the lesson of duty. Unless that lesson of trust, integrity, and be truthful is well learned, the lesson of discipline can be wrongly understood. So it is very significant to know, as you attend this anti-corruption forum for the next few days, it is very significant to know your duty. Make it sustainable, be survivable, and try to maintain it. As a personal inspiration leader once said, and I quote, "If you want something to last forever, you treat it differently. You should you shield it and protect it. You never abuse it. You don't expose it to the other elements. You don't make it common or ordinary. If it ever comes tarnished, you lovingly polish it until it gleams like new. It becomes a special because you have made it so. It grows more beautiful and precious as days goes by, unquote. I believe this forum will also include a photo exhibition taken and submitted by young people on the theme of corruption. I believe there are prizes available for the best submission. This is what our young people deserve. But we recognize them for all their efforts, good works, and achievement. I again thank UNDP for the invitation, and I hope that you will have a fruitful deliberation these coming days. To our regional friends and brothers and sisters, enjoy your short stay in Fiji and do find some time to enjoy the hospitality before you head back home. I wish you well for your endeavor, your deliberation the next few days. Thank you very much.